Trust me, Mama Void is bigger than Nikki in many ways. I do make you do one set of Bulgarian split squats and you just want to kill me.
Look, my thighs are still shaking. Number
They're quivering.
One. They're quivering. I now, as a writer, I have grown in these past hours where I now have a better understanding about when to use the word quivering and what that actually means. People are overusing it.
You don't know what a quiver is until you're holding your bestie's shoulder with your leg kicked up to your butt while trying to hold weights and squat, going, ah!
God, as we're sitting there looking like we're in a junior high gym dance, like, all right, leave space for Jesus. I'm going to hold your shoulders. Let's do this.
I'm shocked we haven't been kicked out of the gym yet.
I'm
so not gonna lie. I'm like waiting for them to be like, so the gym that we go to, and I absolutely appreciate this from them, has when you sign their agreement, they're like, by the way, no excessive grunting or yelling when using weights. And I was like, what about excessive tears?
I know. What about sobbing? Do you accept sobbing?
What happens if I just start crying at the start? Okay, great. I love that for me.
How do you feel about inappropriate motivation?
Well, there's a lot of talk of the boys in the gym in very inappropriate ways.
Because
let me tell you, the best way to get Mama to do a seated cable row is just be like, I'm gonna not finish that. You can use your imagination on what she's seated on.
I looked at Zayne's back, and it was there. I was locked in on his back.
Really? Because I thought you had just imagined yourself spearing Sylus's sausage as you stood. That's cool.
No, that's fine. Squatting, babe. That's bouncing. You need the thighs.
Is that the squat? Okay. Is that what you were imagining? I don't know. I think the Russian twists were my favorite. you almost were crying. She's like, I am sitting up, and she. Friends, she was not sitting up.
I was. My shoulders were off the ground, bitch.
Nope. No, they weren't. In your heart.
No, they were. They were.
No, they were in your heart. I appreciate that for you.
Fuck you, miss. We'll do this at the end of our workout. It'll be
Somebody
fine.
showed up late.
Somebody showed up when we agreed to. Normally, you were the one who texted me, and apparently 8:50 being, hey, bitch, I'm on my way. And I'm like, what the fuck? We usually do 8:15. You and I had this conversation. 8:15.
You said you just said
9:15.
By the way, we do between 9 and 9:15. I had dropped off Kitten early, and at an appropriate time, I got to the gym at 9. I was on the treadmill or elliptical at 9:05. You didn't come over to me until 9:20. And almost vomited on your first leg curl. Guys, I was like, oh, shit. I don't know how to explain this.
You have to explain it to the Voidbringer. And you already did on the I took her and I may have killed your daughter.
Oh yeah, it was really good. I was like, I took her on a lovely tour of Eastern Europe and it didn't go well.
Look, if I'm gonna have Bulgarians fuck me up, I would prefer it to be pleasurable.
It wasn't that bad.
Was it? Not for you?
Maybe.
Because I remember you almost puking on the Russian twist and we didn't even have vodka.
Oh no, I didn't puke on the Russian twist. I cursed every side.
Oh, she did. There was a swear word with every twist. His glorious children. Absolutely.
I didn't puke. I fucking cussed. There was no lying about that.
Beep, 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 beep. And I'm like, if anybody comes around this corner and hears us,
we're gonna get kicked down.
I mean, we're for adults only.
I mean, yeah, our workouts are 18 plus too, apparently.
We don't do anything for
kids.
I
got through Zayne, Rafayel, and Xavier. I'm almost done getting.
She's working through those, and I'm like, I need to download the thing onto the phone.
So I have
but after
Sylus,
the
Catleb, and Zayne's outfits. I have like the achievements for working out with them. I don't have the outfits for Raf and Xavier yet.
Yeah,
we're gonna get there, guys. We're gonna get there.
We're gonna get there. It's gonna happen. It's fine. It's fine. It's all fine. My legs are still shaky. It's cool. I went
been
to
12
bend down to
hours.
pick up my cat, and my entire body went. If you bend down, you're staying down. I was like, "Ooh, Binksy, you're gonna have to. Hey, honey, can you come jump here on the platform? I can pick you up from here, bestie." Yeah, no, my meow meow. My lower body was like, no.
Not today, Satan. Not today.
Lift with
I'm
your
Satan, by the way.
lift with your back, lift with your knees.
If you want my workout split, hit me up. I'm happy to share.
And I'm learning how to be a
Mama's like,
spotter.
I don't want your workout split. I want to go back. I don't like this one anymore.
Fun at the gym with your besties, kids.
I know. I could take you to play basketball.
The sheer volume from junior high to high school of coaches who saw me and were like, you should do sports. And I was like, that's precious. I can't walk a straight line sober, let alone stand without falling over.
Confirm.
This is not, I am a klutz. This is not going to end well for you. The one coach from the one of the schools the high schools that I was touring for was trying so hard, like, maybe a setter, you just have to stand there and whack it.
Ironically, Nikki T has actual tea. Both
she does,
figuratively and literally. I'm drinking hojicha. Actually, mugicha.
Nice.
I take it back. Barley tea.
I love that. I have water because I'm basic.
And because you need to hydrate those quivering thigh muscles.
I do. Oh my God. I went to sit in my chair and my lower back went, no. And I was like, no, please. The amount of lumbar support I have right now. I'm old.
I can imagine. You are.
Let's do this. I'm supplemented. I'm hydrated. I've had my protein. My background is glorious.
It is.
We look like the two different versions
today.
of the afterlife, and you look like you're about to do intake for hell.
I am. Hello. Hello. Welcome to the Hell Front Check-In Desk. I'm Nikki T. How can I help you today? Oh, you're looking for the ring of sloth and debauchery. Excellent. Right on time. We have vibes, guys. We got vibes.
There are two very distinctive vibes happening on these talking heads right now.
I know. We're going to be talking heads today because I looked at Mama and I was like, I have game development notes. Oh my God.
Nikki has some big feelings, everybody.
I have some big feelings.
So we're going to discuss it. And if there's time at the end of this therapy session, I may discuss lore. We'll see what happens.
Wow. Damn. That was painful, buddy.
You apparently missed the big one where I kind of traumatized chat during stream today when I was like, so everybody has this thing about being seen and the fear of our loved ones. I went on a thing. It was a moment. I didn't mean to traumatize people. So cool. Sorry, everybody. We went a little deep.
Deep is gut. Whoa, that's wrong. Deep is... I should stop.
Okay. Go deep. Go deeper. Always
stop.
Deeper.
No, I don't. Nope. Nope.
We're going to dive balls deep into these feelings.
No. Okay, we're going to dive balls deep into Catleb. Nope. Doesn't work.
You want us to... I mean, it's basketballs. Balls are on point. We are on theme. Let's talk about those balls.
I have a feeling of the two of us, I'm actually the only one who knows things about basketball.
I mean... Yes and no. There are teams. There are baskets also in basket.
There are teams. There are baskets, and there are balls
that go
both
in the basket.
Literally and
you
on
get 3
the
points
gentleman.
If you shoot before the line, and then at the line it's 2 points, and then there's the layup and the slam dunk. And either way, men are sweaty. And it's hot to look at. And the women are actually technically better than the men, but nobody talks about that because we shit on women's sports. And that's my PSA today of support your female sports. Fuck the patriarchy.
Yes, because by the way, the official U.S. hockey, soccer, or football, and basketball teams for women are better than the men's.
They kick ass and take names.
Boom.
They're amazing to watch. So anyway, back to Caleb's sweaty balls. Let's go.
Yes. So
and his smile as he shows off for his girl. It's great every
so
time.
Cute. And then that picture people mall photography pose.
Oh my
God.
God.
We're gonna get. Oh my God, guys. If you ever wanted to grow up in the 90s and do a Macy's photo shoot, That's it right
There
there.
wasn't enough jeans. Here's the problem, though. There
wasn't enough
jeans.
denim. There's not enough
There wasn't enough denim. I was like, this is missing a lot of
They
denim.
need to be in matching blue jeans with the white t-shirt.
Oh, they have to absolutely do that Justin Timberlake and Britney Spears. Do you remember?
Oh my God.
The full jean outfit for the Grammys. You remember that? The couple's outfit?
Yes.
The infamous outfits.
The infamous outfits, which is now making a comeback. Don't do it, guys. It's fucking terrible.
I mean, denim is great. Bring back denim jackets. I miss denim jackets. Like the lowrider jeans. That's a slippery slope, kids. Don't do it. We did there. We barely survived it. It's like my eyebrows. I don't know how I made it out of the 90s in certain things, but we did. And I want you to survive. So don't give in to that trend. But the denim jackets, fucking hot. Do it.
Okay. Straight
Look, you're about to have really intellectual and deep philosophical feelings. And all I got at the moment is denim jackets.
I'm in an educational
is usually your thing. This is weird.
I know. I like
lately.
Yeah, you haven't. It's okay. We're training. It's fine.
But what am I, an intern? What the fuck? I'm not Valerie.
I didn't say training. I said trading. With the
Did you?
D, like balls.
With the
and
D?
Dick. Okay. This is... Oh my God. Hey, but before we talk about dick, let's thank our members.
Speaking of circle jerks, hi everybody!
Oh God!
Our personal fluffers. Speaking of fluffers.
Oh no, buddy. No, that's wrong. Ain't nobody fluffing me. I'm good. Maybe my hair.
I mean, your hair could use some fluffing. See,
No,
there you go. I've got you, Bessie.
You got me. Okay. So there was a lot of talk about when the Catleb card came out on various parts of the internet, including our Discord server. And it's just like Infold keeps taking the fucking hits, guys. First, there was the leak about Rafayel's myth that hit the Google store, and I can explain kind of what happened there. Catleb. It was Catleb. And then the Catleb happened. And then they launched a Catleb card with a piece of content, right? It's going to be a 5-star card. Standard shit. Very run of the mill.
The usual things. I think
usual things. And I was semi-surprised by the reaction of the community, where people were like, oh my God, it's been a couple of months. We haven't heard anything. Somebody said, I read, like, what, they just expect us to go back to normal. They've messed up here, there, everywhere. And my favorite line is, Catleb's the scapegoat. I'm like, no, it was whoever had the next release was gonna get fucked.
No matter what. Also, it hasn't been, I don't know where this narrative, it's been months. It has not been months. It's been a month. That's it. 1 month. One. It's not been many months. It's not like they've been silent for half a year. It's been 1 month. And no matter who came out, everybody was going to scream. The irony of it is part of the whole shenaniganry was also a lot of Catleb and Sylus girlies complaining about lack of content. Catleb comes out, woohoo, you get Catleb content, but we're going to shit all over it. And I'm like, what?
Mm-hmm. And I think for me, from the development side, I was just really surprised at the reaction, I guess.
Yeah, it was really
because weird. This is my two sort of questions, and this is a legit question I have for any of our listeners. I'm going to make a couple of polls on the episode. How many live service games have you played or ever played? That was part 1. And 2, what did you expect to happen? What is, in your mind, the solution right now? And I'm coming at it from a game development perspective. Now, it is August 4th as we are recording this, meaning it's revenue time. And I'm going to talk about that after I kind of do this sort of live service games 101, just because it's pretty crazy to me, that reaction of Catleb's the scapegoat. Oh my God, they should have just given us Valko. They should have done XYZ. And it's very much they can't, because I think we do forget that Love and Deepspace is a live service game. And what that means is that it is a permanently living, breathing game. There is technically no fixed end. Live service games are eternal until their heart stops. And usually their heart stops because of lack of revenue, lack of development resources, something like that. And I say it is eternal and forever because they can keep adding stuff. Sire mentioned this, and I've mentioned this as well. The fact that Love and Deepspace has a multi-timeline, various planets, blah, 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 blah bullshit. It is so smart in a live service world. And when I talk about a live service games, like common ones you might be thinking of, like anything like a MOBA, like League of Legends, Dota 2, Valorant, the finals, any of that shit. Because all they have to do is we can just keep adding characters. We could just keep adding maps. The difference is the simplicity. And when I say simplicity, you have to take that with a grain of salt. Because like for example, League of Legends is generally the same map with the same-ish roles, and you add a character, and that move set changes sort of what we call the meta of the game. But it's in permanent operation. It runs 24/7 forever, and the content behind it, the content pipeline behind it never stops. There's no finished state. It doesn't say like in the game industry back when discs were a thing. Thanks, Sony.
Fuck you, Sony.
Where please still sponsor us if you want to. But
we have mortgages.
Anyway, but like there used to be a big announcement in a party that a game went gold. And what that means is the official disc, the master disc that was going to be copied for every other title was printed. It was done. And now the game was in production. There was no more changes. And then like everyone gets mad. There's a day one patch. And it's like, yeah, back in the day, they didn't have day one patches. And we've discussed a lot of that in the Final Fantasy games. But that's technically no finished state. So the team isn't reacting in real time because honestly, they're executing a schedule that we might not see, but exists. And so there's a bunch of internal teams and a crap ton of external vendors. And I kind of want to talk through a little bit about this. And so the question that I have is like, what did you expect to happen in a month? Because the game is having to rework a live service calendar that is most likely been in production from 9 to 12 months. At least that's what we've seen from the Nikki side. And I'm going to talk about, not me, but like the Infinity Nikki side. Check out my live stream. Like, even though we're recording this on a Tuesday, the stream's happening on Wednesday. I am talking about it. But in general, there was a really cool, I'm going to say it's cool. There was a 2023 game development report from Griffin Gaming Partners and a bunch of other people. They surveyed over 500 studios worldwide. 95% of them were developing or maintaining a live service title. So from initial build to launch, a traditional game, so we're talking not live service, is like 2 to 3 years on a good scale. Live service games take about 5 years from full initial production period through launch. And then they have the ongoing cadence of live ops, which means the banners, the updates, those can be weekly, those can be bi-weekly, they can be monthly, and then actual content updates, which are usually bi-weekly to monthly. So this ideal fast cadence doesn't really work in multi-year pipelines. For example, Infold, and the reason I'm bringing up Nikki is because it is the closest thing that we kind of have from Infold that we can actually look at, is we know that Infinity Nikki runs on like 9 to 12 month cycles. That's pretty consistent with a bi-weekly to monthly release, being that lighter layer of live ops, not major character story production, all that good stuff. When we talk about what's happening within live ops, we're talking about the live services production chain. It's slow by design, not by neglect. At least it should be. Because I'm going to put that out there for a second. Because when you think about it, so we get this Catleb card that just gets announced. It's going to be running, I think, this week or next week. That probably has been in production for at least 9 months. Because one, they have to design the card, they have to do the narrative, they have to do the programming, then they have to record it with the VOs and their contracts, plus do the multi-language on the talent schedule in available studios globally. Then they have to work on what we call the packaging. So the animation, the UI integration, hence they're constantly reusing that plushie game. It's something that they can easily turn around, but you still need to actually re-record the voice lines and input it and program it and QA it. There's internal QA. There's third-party platform negotiation. So we're talking about Apple and Google in this situation. And other times you have to work with the console certifications, which are yay. And then, of course, there's localization, QA, bug fixes across every region, marketing, and launch coordination. So every step that I just talked about, it touches not only multiple inside companies, it touches multiple outside companies. And I don't just mean like the voice actors. One of the fastest growing service categories in games is what's called, and you're gonna love this, it's called gaming outsourcing services. You don't realize that the majority of the teams that are working on your games, and by the way, a great tip for anyone who wants to break into the game industry, game outsourcing services companies are the people who are doing like a lot of the grunt work on the line. Like they're the companies that do a lot of the localization work. They're the companies that do a lot of the QA. They might be doing the NPC voiceovers that, you know, they hire the 4 voices that are going to record, because usually a recording minimum is 4 hours. So while Sylus is in the booth doing all his lines for 4 hours, they're recording Luke and Kieran and everyone else on the side at the same time to simultaneously get it out. And so one of the reasons I want to talk about this is because like 72% of AAA publishers and 58% of mid-sized studios use at least one QA partner, outsourced, not internal, in addition to their own internal teams. This market is so huge. It was $9 billion in 2025. It's projected to be $25 billion by 2035, with a CAGR of up to 17%. And before you ask, CAGR is the compound annual growth rate of a business. Got you. And like, this is where some of the cost comes into the game development. Localization and QA specifically are like about 19 to 20% of that growth. So basically, Infold being a Chinese-based company, they are not native English speakers. We talked about this today on the Xavier myth. There were several kind of mistranslations and grammar errors and things like that. Additionally, I talked about how the English voice cast that they had, they didn't necessarily like cast for local accent for the English side as well. So they were like brute forcing internally, probably used a couple of local studio outsource partners versus using some of the bigger ones. And so when we're talking about the development waterfall, essentially somebody comes up with a card idea, it gets approved, and then it kicks off this entire production. Essentially, when Infold came out and said, well, shit, we're not going to release Valko, we all got a buggy game. Like, let us not deny that. Yeah. And on top of it, it is still pretty fucking buggy. So the first thing that they did is shifted probably their entire engineering and QA group. I don't know if this is true, by the way, my caveat. This is just from internal experience. They shifted their team essentially to start trying to work and fix it. The QA process can take 500 to 1,000 people in a building, just because you need to have that many people building and playing beta builds. Their job is to break it, do the craziest shit, and on the most nuts machines. I worked at a gaming outsource company. We had 400 devices and platforms we could test a game on. And yeah, the majority of those were like, there was literally an iPhone somewhere locked in a box that had tape on it that said never update, because there was no way we could ever revert it back. But there was enough people in the gaming world still playing games on that device, on that iOS build, that like game companies asked for it. Okay. So like lockbox iPhone. It's crazy. And so knowing that there's going to be this QA and engineering cycle nonstop, they're going to pull in additional support. It's going to cost them more. It's going to take more time. They have to do all of that. And then on the other side, you have the other like product manager. Fucking Kyle, poor Kyle, is sitting there, and Kyle is trying to work on, okay, now how the hell are we going to do this? Like, how are we going to fix this? And I've seen the question, and I have been asked, do you think they can bring Valko back? I will continue to say absolutely. They have the assets. He was built. They have the programming. The question becomes if, when, and how. Because the how part, I'm not thinking from a storyline. I'm thinking more from a, oh crap, how are we going to rebuild this game? Because they broke their own build to, quote, pull him out. They didn't pull him out. They just covered him up because they didn't want to go through Apple and Google cert again. Because as you saw by that Rafayel leak, they submit, you have to submit your builds and the marketing so far in advance. And what I think happened on that Rafayel leak in the Google store, if you're wondering what that is, essentially the Google store popped up and said, this coming update includes, and they named the Raf's myth, what cards were, all that.
Ooh.
Essentially, and there's screenshots. You can join our Discord. We found it, verified it. It was not on iOS. And what I think happened is this was not a Infold accidentally submitted. No, Infold had this pre-submitted a long ass time ago. They were on schedule until the Valko situation. And when they had to pull it, they basically had to break their build. They went back to Apple and Google and said, we need to pull this off of the line. This cannot go out. And Apple took care of it. And I think Google dropped the ball. I can't confirm it, but that have I had that personally happen as the person who has submitted? Yes. All the time. And then you're like, that's the vibe I'm getting of just Stacy screaming into her hands as she cries about what the fuck God hates her. It's exactly, Stacy's losing it, guys. So this is just like a comedy of errors at this point for them. I'm pretty sure this Catleb release is right on schedule. I think we were going to get this at this time. We were going to get it no matter what. If not, did they pull it up? I'm pretty sure, and this is usually just a safety structure in game development. God, I hope. You usually have, like, your next 2 launches in live services, like, pretty good to go. So we can tell that they had the Rafayel pretty good to go and this Catleb good to go. Probably with some tweaking based on some bug fixes and things. And so they were like, fuck it, ship it. And it's not that they're expecting us to go back to normal. The game is a live service game. It is going to continue to publish content and make money because that's just, it is what it is. It has to. That is the business of this game. People need to get paid. People need to get paid. And hopefully, like, they have the development team for Valko still working or doing whatever. One of the things I wanted to talk about, and like I said, talking about this and plugging my new series of Nikki Plays Nikki, taking you through what the fuck happened with Infinity Nikki 1.5 and how Infold maybe has a pattern. And weirdly enough, I know this is really odd for me, guys. I'm here to actually give you some hope. Oh my God.
Really?
Yeah.
As you stand in the gates of development hell with your
shut up. Yes. There is a hopeful outcome. There's a reason. Okay. I don't know if you guys have followed that Nikki launch. This is going to be kind of a condensed version. But so Nikki and Lads, same publisher, different timelines. The difference between Infinity Nikki and Lads is that Nikki actually came out on PS5 and PC. So it just rakes in a bit more cash. It launched in the December of 2024. It made $16 million in its first month, with 63% of that, 60-ish percent, I'm kind of rounding, some of the numbers are old, in China. In April of 2025, they launched version 1.5, and I'm going to talk more about this on the stream, and it was a disaster. Mama will remember me being like, what the fuck? And this is the reason I play Love and Deepspace now, is because I literally could not play Infinity Nikki. I could not log in. The patch was like fucking disaster. It was crashing. There were login issues. There was a retconning. Like, you want to talk about fucked up storylines. Let's talk about Infinity Nikki, but that's a different podcast.
Oh, they absolutely broke, because I remember getting stuck so many times, and I like, because I was playing, you and I would play together for a while.
Yep.
And
We did. It was literally non-playable. It was absolutely, some people couldn't log in. And this is the, they learned from a community messaging standpoint. People who had spent money, because there's like a battle pass in Nikki. It's kind of similar to getting the Orem pass. It's more expensive. You get more stuff, but you must log in daily and do things. There's no retroing, stuff like that. Basically, the customer service team was like, it sucks to be you. Just log in on a different platform that works, was the responses. It was bad across the board. It wasn't until 3 weeks in did they make their first statement. 3 weeks of fucking silence. And so that's why the PR crisis thing, they have absolutely learned. They've gotten better, guys, okay? Like, they're trying, but they're not doing great. There has been, which is sad. But, like, yeah, it's baby steps. And I just want to be very clear. I'm not trying to defend Infold in any way, shape, or form. Just from a marketing professional standpoint, holy fucking God, hire me. I can fix this. I'm sure their marketing team can. I'm pretty sure it's a leadership issue. I talked about this in the Discord as well. But anyway, so they didn't give the first message until the first public apology about 3 weeks later. They delayed their next patch. So 1.5 was busted. 1.6 was a patch. They were hot fixing every couple of hours and it was still broken. They shipped version 1.6 6 weeks later. And that was the technical bug fix milestone. And that actually, after 6 weeks, was when they gave the daily compensation for people who couldn't log in, which was bullshit. And God. Then it was about actually just over 3 months later that the team actually revealed the next three. They revealed 1.8, 1.9, and 2.0. And ironically, 1.9 was the home feature set. And as you can probably tell, there are very many shared development cycles between Nikki and Lads. It took them 6 weeks. 3 weeks to say something, 6 weeks to get the game just functional where you could log in. And then content pipeline visibility, it took them over 3 months to actually be like, okay, so we're doing stuff. And it's like, that's great. That's great, guys. And the reasons I bring it up is it's because, one, they're doing a little better. Two, the content is already in the pipeline. They're working on it. They're probably rejiggering stuff. And one of the differences between Nikki, which is technically a cozy world open game, and Lads is like, I'm thinking from the battle balance. So this Catleb card that's coming out is one of 2 yellows that he has. And because the cards are tied to battles and Stella and orbits and things, they have to do a little bit more balancing. So for example, if that Catleb card was originally a pink, who knows? And they're like, oh shit, let's make it a yellow. They have to rebalance all the boys. So you have to think about live service development as a cascade of dominoes. Once you tip one, it's going to affect everything downward. And then someone has to come back in and start rebuilding the dominoes, including the content, the timeline, the contracts. I don't know if this is happening. I don't want to freak anyone out. But my thought is, holy shit, the voice actors.
Oh, yeah.
The core 5 VA. Because if any of them goes, I can't make it to re-record, you are in breach of contract, Infold, blah, 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 blah. They're fucked. They're super, like, the voice actors are fucked because now it's like fucking their timeline. Most of their recording work, I will tell you, anything that you see in the next 6 months was recorded 6 months ago. Like, that is done. Like, they have done that work. They've done it. They're paid. It's closed out. Anything going forward, if I was one of those VAs, I'd be fucking renegotiating right the fuck now. That would be me. But if they're like, oh, we had you in the studio already for something that's launching in January 2027, or we think is launching in 27, or the first quarter of 27, honestly, they're probably developing for Q2 of 2027 at this point. They were probably like, shit, we got to re-record. We got to update the adjustment. They're going to, like, just that cascade of the voice acting element, because the VAs are so core to this game. That's one of my, like, as a fan, part of it, like, oh no, Zany Pingu,
Mr. Bill.
Mr. Bill. Yeah, oh no. There's that aspect of it. What I'm trying to tell you is I'm hoping that it is not attributed to malice and just stupidity. That they've kind of learned, but not enough. And this is the part that I want to just kind of like give a little hope to. Plus give a few tips, because there's something else that I think Infold and actually, and I'm going to bring this back to my discussion of what you can do as a consumer. And then I'm looking at you, PlayStation and Xbox and all this other shit that's happening in the games industry. Like, how you can still, my Valkyries, which I love that name, how you can still carry on the fight by A, protecting yourself, and B, not falling into the trap that I swear to God Infold is praying we all fall into right now.
Well, so many companies pray that we do. But
that so many companies are going to fall.
Now.
I want to be real clear. The message has been sent to Infold. Infold knows how the community feels. That part is done. And this is the part where I wanted to talk a little bit about the revenue numbers, which is pretty wild. Like during the Infinity Nikki thing, by the way, Infold blocked the term boycott. They'd made a lot of mistakes, guys, a ton of mistakes.
Oh, God, they did.
They did. And like, you couldn't say boycott. You couldn't say I'm not doing this, that, and everything else. So that's what started the Infinity Nikki girl cot. That's where that came from. So they're like used to this. They went and did a terrible job on the Nikki part. But shout out to boycotters from the tanking the revenue. And this is month over month. And I'm talking from June to July. I will pull up the numbers from May as well. But Lads dropped 15 spots from number 1 and gave Hoyoverse its triple crown, I think, for the first time ever.
Woohoo!
Yes.
For Hoyoverse, not
for Hoyoverse. In July, it is estimated that, oh my God, Lads made $10.3 million. In June, it made $38.3 million. In May, it made $48.9 million. That is a hell of a downward trend. That is the worst month for Love and Deepspace. I can guarantee in the past year, I believe, in the history of its launch. So, yeah, message fucking sent.
Like, good job, ladies.
Good job. So, like, the global revenue dropped 51% month over month. The Chinese revenue dropped about 80%. Japanese revenue dropped about 47%. And that's nuts. Well done. And the downloads, what is surprising is the Korean downloads actually went up. But global has stayed static. Japan went down and China went down 28%. So it has absolutely affected them in their app stores, and it has affected them in revenue. So that, like, the message has been sent verbally and via revenue, and y'all should fucking pat yourselves on the back. Well done. The next thing I want to talk about is, oh my God, the walls of hashtags. So there's been a lot of discussion, and I'm going to talk about it too, just kind of from we're a small content creator team, but like, we see it on our messages, we see it on other people's, we see it in the Reddit, we see all this other stuff. Message fatigue is a thing, and you need to be very aware of it. And I want to give you 2 tips as a marketing person. And, you know, this goes out to anyone who's running a boycott or a protest or anything. Hashtag walls don't get suppressed. They get weaponized. And this is what I want to talk about, is a block of repeated hashtags with no real comment or content attached to it gets algorithmically deprioritized by the algorithm. I'm going to talk about, when I say the algorithm, think YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all that. In reality, over 2 hashtags doesn't really do you any good. The max number of hashtags on any post or comment on Instagram statistically is 5. Max 5. So that's first, if you want a good outcome. Secondly, when you go into a video, and I'm taking this outside of Infold, but use this against them as well. And I'll explain what I mean by use this against them.
Take it to the man.
Take it to the man is when you, like, for example, this video is going to be fine. But like Mama's video of Xavier that came out today, if you suddenly go back and put a whole wall of bring back Valko hashtags, what ends up happening is, 1, the comment is deemed irrelevant and deprioritized by YouTube. 2, the next thing that happens is because the content of the video, so this is called signaling. And this is A, what AI companies use, and B, what algorithms use. The YouTube algorithm is reading the video content that comes out, and lots of companies do, and that's why they can say this is about Love and Deepspace, this is a podcast, this is about Xavier, this is about XYZ. And they can put in tons of signals. If suddenly you have a bunch of comments that don't match the proper signals, it then also deprioritizes a creator's video. And while that sucks for us as the creator, what really sucks is that means the creator has to go and delete your comment, which is the worst thing that can happen to you, because now you have no message. And the reason they have to delete it is because you have just messed up their algorithm. And it's like the worst thing that they can do. A good trick, and this is my trick for Infold as well, you could look at whatever this fucking timestamp is and be like, Nikki makes a great or shitty point about the Valko boycott at this thing, or shut up, Nikki, or hey, good job, buddy, I do read all your comments. And then add your 2 hashtags. And then you've just gotten free content out of me. Clip it, use it, share it, do whatever you need to do with it. Pop it. So you've gotten free content, and B, you have gotten a post that now does not go down, does not get deprioritized by the algorithm, cannot be deprioritized by the content creator as well, because it's, quote, relevant. That is, you can stretch that term. And so, like, for example, the new Catleb video that came out, if you were to go to the YouTube video and be like, hey, so instead of releasing Valko, you've decided to do a Catleb update. Can you explain why? Hashtag bring back Valko. That doesn't get deprioritized. They can't. You made a legitimate comment. And if they start dinging your comments, well, then you can ding them in other ways. Ha 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 ha. So keep that in mind. And one of the other things I wanted to talk about is message fatigue. This was something we talked about actually in the Discord server. A lot of our Discord members have said it, is that they're like, I'm just kind of tired of it. And this is exactly the thing Infold wants right now. We are at a critical stage where Infold, any corporation, by the way, not just Infold, at the 4 to 6 week mark is usually when, and this is, and when I say usually, it has actually been defined as the boomerang effect, is what it's called. At the 4 to 6 week mark, the community starts to eat itself. It becomes an Ouroboros. This isn't people get bored. It's that repeated exposure to the same message measurably increases resistance. It just does. People get more likely to push back, specifically because they feel talked at, that you're talking at them, not helping, not doing anything, not less. And that is what the boomerang effect is. It's a persuasion attempt that produces the opposite of its intended reaction, because the audience feels their freedom to decide for themselves is being threatened, and you're giving away the autonomy to enjoy content, or that I have to do this or do that. This has been documented since 1966. This is something that happens all the time. It is something that marketers rely on. This is why we're constantly optimizing and changing things. So it's the same mechanism as review bombing, but like gone wrong. Platforms and audiences start to filter out obvious repetition and noise. And while it is one thing to have like repeated hashtags, that's okay. Like, use a hashtag, that's how you unite people. But the message and the content has to be different, or people are just going to tune your ass out. So instead of creating allies or people who might be on the fence, like, gentle reminder, know your audience. People who do not care about this are never going to care about it. Do not convert them. Do not talk to them. Do not waste your time. Like, don't. Just fucking let it go. Elsa that shit. But the people who are kind of on the fence, that have the potential to be your ally, or at least like give a thumbs up to a comment, You absolutely do not want to alienate them. Message fatigue backfiring has been happening for a long time. The most recent meta-analysis that I could find was from 2024 in communication research. It found that this repeated and fatiguing messaging is linked to unintended outcomes. People become more resistant and less likely to act. And that is what the company is relying on, is that this just dies. That like, yeah, sure, great, you have this core group of people, but you're kind of now at the stage where the core group did a really good job. Now we need to kind of hold the line. And holding the line doesn't mean necessarily converting everyone, but it means making sure that they are your allies when you need them most. Okay. Repetition drives people away. Now, boycotts have a documented life cycle, and companies are fucking betting on it because the pattern is a heat up phase driven by outrage, right? That was the month. That's what's happening now. It's also gonna probably, every time a new card drops, and I'm gonna say it again, I don't think Catleb got scapegoated. I think whoever was gonna drop next got it. It sucks. I'm sorry, it's Catleb buddies. I'm sorry, my Apple girlies. But then there's a cool down phase that, that outrage just naturally fades over the weeks. And again, I'm not talking about people on one end of the spectrum or the other end of the spectrum. The people who are always hottest, as we call them, are the people who are going to continue to do this. They're going to continue to be loud. But what the company is working and betting on is that of that 100 people, the 20, it's like whales, guys. 90% of people are going to stop caring. 9% are going to kind of hang out. And it's 1% that's actually driving the voice. And that's on both sides. You want to make sure that you can continue to capture within that 9 and 90%. So if what you're posting today looks identical to what you posted in week 1, that's not sustained pressure. That is a visible countdown clock. And the company can read it too. So that 4 to 6 week point that we are in right now has a name. It's pretty cool. I mean, not cool, but you know what I mean. Science is cool. It's called the vanishing boycott impetus, or why and how consumer participation in a boycott decreases over time. There's a whole study on it, and I'm just going to sum it up for you. Basically, after you're driven by outrage, the cool down phase where participation drops as the initial anger fades, companies bet on fatigue. It's documented. It is replicated. Make sure that what you are posting, A, is not a repeat of what you have been posting because you're losing allies to this vanishing boycott. Okay, so just keep that in mind. So what's the fix? It's kind of what I talked about. Turn on your marketing brain. Put a real comment or a real question. Again, use this timestamp as an example, whatever. And just put 2 hashtags. You don't have to agree with anyone. You don't have to do any of that. Just fine tune your messaging a little bit. This does 3 things a hashtag wall can't. It reads as real, so it survives moderation. And I'm going to talk about why that is important in one moment. It gives like a creator or Infold or whatever something worth responding to, because now if you leave me a comment, I'm going to come back and respond to you about it. I can't respond to a wall of hashtags. I mean, I could just be like, yay, hashtag, and then it doesn't go anywhere. So when we can respond with relevance to help support you, we can. And we don't have to delete it, because sadly, we don't want to delete anything, but sometimes we have to. And it then becomes a piece of content you can use for that messaging diversification. So yay, wins all around. Same thing, like I said, works on Infold's channel. Now, when I talked about moderation is extremely important right now. A real example that we had on our channels. So there are bad faith actors that exist, and they're just using controversy as cover. Looking at you, Kiwi Farms and 4chan, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, some people will just engage with controversy because they like to watch the world burn. They don't give a fuck. That's their jam. They're terrible people. And they have like 0 stake in the fandom or the issue or whatever. So you can spot this pattern pretty easily. Thankfully, I have been a moderator long enough in my life that I know. You get a single generalized comment. They say nothing else. They just are like, hey, what about this? To just incite a chat. It's from a brand new or a dead account, and there's no real history of ever being in this fandom. So full transparency. We have had several of these show up during specifically our lads streams. Primarily on YouTube, not so much on Twitch. Not surprised. YouTube tends to be more of a controversy engine than most other platforms. And so they've shown up in our channels, they've shown up in our live streams, and it's forced us to crank up the moderation. And what does this mean? Crank up the moderation means Nikki now has to go and sit there on high alert, reading more comments. I have to turn on more moderation tools so that our community who's engaging feels safe. And so that puts me as a mod on high alert. So instead of being able to properly engage with a real user, might have to just wipe content that was actual content. Like, you might be a real person who is a huge fan of lads, who likes content, who is engaging. But if you show up in chat and then suddenly the only thing or the first thing you say is something that has nothing to do with the video or introducing yourself or whatever, I'm going to have to nuke your account. Like, most moderators are going to do that. Small channels, we tend to read everything. Going onto Reddit or larger channels, they're just going to auto nuke, and then you're screwed. So what I'm saying is, you are not a bad faith actor. What I'm saying is, moderation is so cranked up, it can't tell the difference. So stay recognizably you. Be you in the fandom. Be specific. Be engaged. Be an actual part of your community. And say messages that you believe in, that you're willing to talk about in respectful ways. This makes sure that you don't get put into the bad actor bucket, and that, because that would be like the worst if it's suddenly like you're banned from all this stuff, but you're like blah, and it's because a moderator is just fucking tired of shitty people. Not saying you are. So this is how you continue to make your message land. This is how you continue to send what you want to say upwards and outwards, not only to Infold, but also to other people in the community. And understand, and I just want to say this because it's that whole boundaries discussion that Mama had. Protect yourself too. We had several people who were like, I hate being on X, but I'm there because I need to be there for this. Do you? If it is hurting your mental health, then don't do it. Like, protect you. At the end of the day, and Mama had to hear me rant for 2 hours about this the other night, and I'm not going to do it here. This is a video game, and it's supposed to bring you joy. At the point it stops doing that is maybe the point where you have to reconsider when something familiar might not be right for you anymore. And that's okay. I had to leave Nikki for many reasons, and I am finally, like a year later, coming back, and it's kind of actually fun again. And so it brings me joy. I Marie Kondo the shit out of it. I still don't spend any money. So what I'm saying is, don't let science win. Fight back. You can do it. And so take it with a grain of salt. Understand what live service games development cycles are, who the partners they have to consider are internally and externally, and think about how you are landing and how you can repurpose what you're doing to create content to continue to extend your voice. I think I just ranted for like 40-50 minutes. I'm so sorry. It's 50. Okay. Hey, this was the Nikki Says Shit episode.
A little bit.
Sorry, buddy. I told you I had notes.
You had notes, and I was going to sit here, and I it's.
Did you play all your kitty cards for the week?
just chillaxing.
Like, I should have.
I should have. No, it's here's the thing. One of the things we've talked about on this podcast and our channel in general is how we want to help people become informed consumers. Mm-hmm. It's something that, to be brutally honest, we've been trained out of being. Mm-hmm. We've been trained to stop asking questions, to stop learning about products, to stop thinking through how things get from point A to point B. And one of the things that I think is very important, especially in the video game industry right now, is understanding how all of this works. Who's all involved? How do we get here to here? Because when we're sitting here making boycotts and making demands, bring Valko back. Okay, what does that mean? Because it sounds simpler than it is. And because it sounds simpler than it is, it creates unrealistic expectations, quite frankly, about how fast Infold can turn something around or get something done or do X, Y, and Z, because we don't understand the other side. Now, you have the insider perspective. You understand all the different levels, all the different processes, all the different phases live games and regular games go through, because you've been a part of the industry.
And I've been a gamer for 35 years, and this is not the first time a live service game has fucked me.
Yeah, like you and I have been around the block in terms of just, I'm a layman gamer, in terms of I understand gaming from the perspective of a gamer, not a developer, not a creator, but as a gamer who has played and participated and enjoyed all these games. We need to take into consideration and be realistic with our asks in terms of, here's what we're looking for. Here's what we want. What's the realistic timeline? We joked at the beginning of this episode about people, some of the frustrations going around, and hear it all the time of like, it's been months of silence. And that's kind of why I was like, it's only been a month. There is a timeline here. A timeline in terms of when shit went down, how long it takes a human being to respond. Now you have legal involved, the government involved. They've ripped apart the game. An entire content calendar got completely destroyed and had to be rewritten on the fly. We were talking, how large did you say Infold was? I think we talked about it at one point.
Oh, I have to look it up. I'm not sure.
But we're
and they're hiring.
And they're hiring. There's a couple hundred people involved in this.
Absolutely.
That, you know, side note, guys, I don't know if you've ever worked in the gaming industry. I haven't, but I've heard enough horror stories about what it is to be inside the gaming industry. The unpaid overtime, the hours. It's called crunch. It's called crunch. The practical slave labor that is happening within the gaming industry. The things that are going on behind the scenes, you need to be aware of. You need to understand how this works. Because one, basic human empathy and being able to hold companies accountable for shitty work practices is something that we should be doing.
Oh, is that going to be the After Dark episode?
That's the After Dark episode. We'll go into that in an After Dark episode.
You don't want to hear Nikki cry.
Not right now. But also, when you're an informed consumer and you understand how things are being put together, how a live game service works, the amount of hours that go into making this happen, and all of this, it gives you a better understanding and also stops false assumptions and catastrophizing. Mama's going to come in here for a second to say, babies, Mama's been listening and watching your messages. Some of you are catastrophizing. Some of you are going way too far, and that's not mentally healthy, and Mama is deeply concerned. And I don't like talking about myself in the third person, but I'm going to do it for a hot second.
I was like, girl.
Because, guys, I really need you to breathe a little bit here. There's been some wild conspiracy theories going around, those bad faith actors. I don't know who put it in people's heads that if Valko can get ripped out, that the OG3 can get ripped out. It's not going to happen. Not without destroying the game completely. The devastation it would wrought, and I'm not even talking monetarily, I'm talking literally the game itself, to unhook all of that. There are limitations to what can be done. There are limitations to how fast it can be done. And there's a lot of layering and complexity here. And I appreciate the fact that we all live in a modern age with modern technology that gets us really used to like instant gratification. There is not going to be instant gratification here. The things that we need to do for emotional safety, mental safety, is understanding this is not a sprint. This is a marathon. You need to set your pace and you need to just keep an eye on it. Okay, the bun is in the oven. Like the food is cooking. Whatever's going on in Infold is going on. There is a leadership team involved that is making decisions. And the rest of Infold is held hostage by that leadership team. There's only so many hours in the day in terms of programming, how fast they can reprogram a game, how fast they can re-put together an entire content calendar for the year. There are limitations. This is going to take time. Resolution is going to take time. The Infinity Nikki case study that Nikki's going to be talking about on Wednesday, check out the VOD. I'm sure it's going to be great. This is me from the past praising for the future because it's going to be good.
Buddy. Thanks
I'm
for
here
your
for you,
faith.
baby.
Fuck.
The faith is there. But you've already mentioned some facts about the Infinity Nikki. We can look at the Infinity Nikki fiasco and see that Infold has taken steps. Is it perfection? God, no. They've still got a lot of work, and I also subscribe to the hire my bestie. She can fix this. Because God, if I, with no marketing experience, look at them and go, come on, guys. Jesus, there's a problem.
And again, no one's defending, like, saying that they did a great job. They absolutely haven't.
No, they have cocked this up 9 ways from Sunday. What we're saying is that we can kind of look at what happened with Infinity Nikki and see that they've already made some changes, still not the best ones, but there have been some. And we can put in the understanding that this is going to take a couple of months to
spoiler from the stream that is yet to happen. It took them 11 and a half months to get to what the industry calls, and cited in reviews and on news editorial sites. It took Infold 11 months to get the game back up, and with a, quote, cautious trust, end quote, feeling with the community. So that was kind of the bit of hope, is that they can recover, hopefully. It's just going to take a lot of time. And that's just the way that it sadly is. And it comes down to your choice, too, of how long can you hold out? Do you want to hold out? Are you going to do what I did and just be like, I tried, I think I stuck around, Mama, for a week and a half?
Yeah.
I stuck around longer because I was working with Infold at the time. So, like, I knew they were working behind the scenes. Grace. I did give them some grace. But I was like, I pieced the fuck out. I was like, I'm done. I have not come back to this game in a year.
Yeah. And that might be something that y'all have to do and live vicariously through other people, and that's cool too.
And that's fine.
We're in this for a bit. This is not going to be something where we turn and burn. Infold's not coming out tomorrow and being like, we're putting Valko in, la la! Like, that's not how this is going to go. This is going to be at
However,
least
if they do, I'm totally going to have you on the next podcast say it's not
well,
like Nikki's going to get $1 billion tomorrow. I just want to be
Mama's going to start manifesting shit. I don't know.
Shit, right.
The void summons. I don't know. I just exist here. Look, I'm putting out the vibes and I want that to happen, but I also want us to temper our expectations. If the past is prologue and Infinity Nikki is the precedent we're setting, the case study we're citing, we've got about a year of this, of them making changes, making adjustments, having to earn the trust of their own government so they don't get shut down. Because again, this is an entirely different culture, an entirely different country. They have different rules, regulations, and whatnot. This is not a Western studio. So it's not like they can just roll and do what we're used to over here in the global servers from game companies. So they got to jump through hoops and earn that level of trust. Then they've got to jump through hoops to earn all of our trust back. This is going to take time. This is a settle in. We're in for family therapy. We're going to go for a few sessions and work through our frustrations. And hopefully Infold is moving forward in good faith, and learning from their past mistakes.
Hopefully, don't attribute to malice what can be attributed to stupidity.
Yeah, sadly, yes.
Sadly, yes.
Sometimes it's not evil. Sometimes it's just stupidity. And I know that's not what people want to hear. I know people want a resolution. This is going to be slow but steady. It's going to be little things over time. It's gonna take a bit, kids. It's going to take a bit. And so the question becomes to you, what is the best decision moving forward for you and your mental health and your anxiety level? Because if this is just something you're going to live in, that's not good. You've got to be able to take a break. You've got to be able to take a breather mentally from that. So you can do what Nikki did and walk away from Nikki, which is really weird to say as a sentence.
I know. It really is.
You can stick around but not spend any money. You're going to have to decide individually what that looks like for you and how you want to interact with the game. I will always exist, darlings, as your proxy into the world of games, whether it be lads or anything else. I will always be here putting out content if you wish to engage but not engage. Totally cool. I am here to support you.
I'll be here for my hobbies and interests to give you lots of facts, because the only thing that comforts me at night is data.
Exactly.
This is how I deal.
She's got to spread those sheets, everybody.
I had to spread those sheets. So I hope my sheet spreading has helped you, maybe. And
Possibly.
If you have other game, like, if you ever want to talk more game development stuff, like everything from vertical slice to launch, post-launch, all that, I'm always down to chat on that on comments and Discord. We actually started a specific game dev thread because we have a few aspiring and budding developers. So always happy to chat that as well beyond this, because trying to condense an entire let's talk about game cycles into an hour podcast is a little tricky.
Yeah. I feel this was more of a I'm here in spirit and support, but there was a lot of
You're here to gentle parent. You're internet mom.
I'm internet mom, but I mean, for this episode, this is very much a hi everybody.
I'm sorry.
I don't know what to call this, but we're here. We're here. We're talking about it. We're just as passionate as you are. We just want to remind you, guys, especially since we're a little further in age, that I think this is one of those moments where it's just your internet moms are here to say, hey kids, I want you to take a breath. We're going to get through this. There's a lot at play. Some stuff you're aware of, some stuff you weren't aware of, and hopefully after this you are more aware of. And we're going to take the picture in, and we're going to roll. We're going to do what we do. We're going to get through this. And hopefully Infold will make the necessary
steps.
Out
of their ass. What? Sorry.
Yes, that. I was trying to say it in a different term.
I'm going to say it. I worked in this industry too long. Pull your head out of your ass, guys.
Yeah.
Do it. You know what to do. You can do it.
So
it's not easy. Nut up. Get it done.
And on that note, I have nothing else to say
I have
about this topic.
But I have my unhinged sign off. I even did that because I felt like it was mean to be like, hey mama, do the thing.
Yeah, I don't got nothing.
It's International Cat Day on Saturday.
Woo!
Which I feel like is very on point for us.
It is.
Yay,
we support this.
Cats.
Binks is gonna get more treats.
Catleb. I
mean, if I could look, if International Cat Day got me a Catleb delivered to my front door.
That's a new service we're starting.
Can I sign up for that? That'd be great. I would love just manifest that right there. I'd be like, get into my bedroom.
Perfect. I love that for us.
I need to talk to you about cleaning your plate.
I need to spread the good word of Gege in my bedroom as a cat boy.
Exactly.
Understood.
Manifest it.
See, wasn't that a great way to sign off this whole entire thing of me talking for an hour? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Don't sorry. You're going to have to sorry jar.
I'll sorry jar myself.
Yes. So, anyway, if you like deep dives into industry talks,
do the mama send off voice. Do it.
Here we go.
Give us the mama sign off. Do it.
If you too love industry talks and deep dives and being gentle parented by two random strangers on the internet, if you like the occasional dirty joke, which really didn't happen here except for at the beginning, which was kind of cool, good job me, you might want to check out the rest of Love and Deepspace. We're not usually this serious. It feels like we have been for the last few episodes, except for the last episode. I did an amazing job on the last episode. If you haven't seen it yet, buddy, you really should check that one out as like a palate cleanser to this. Yeah, like, subscribe, follow on the usual suspects and places: Twitch, YouTube, Instagram. We're on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Because fuck the man, but also use the man how you need to make it in life. Shout out to our members as always. Shout out to just all of you for your comments, your likes, your dislikes, whatever it is. We love the interaction. We love that you're here. We're still kind of scratching our heads at how we've made it to over 1,000 subscribers.
But tell your friends so I can make mama vomit when we get more.
Oh yeah, every
I'll have her
time
do a
I'm so
Bulgarian split squat and then show her the numbers. It would be great. I'll film it.
we hope to see you on the next one. So until then, this is Mama Void and the illustrious Nikki T signing off.
Bye.
Bye.